Welcome to a brand new video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about... Wait, what the hell? What are you saying, man? What are you saying? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new video, guys. Today we're doing something slightly different. We're actually going to be taking a look at some custom-made shiny designs for the starter Pokemon for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Joining me today are going to be two people. My homeboy, Ben, a.k.a. Maikya on YouTube, which you, by the way, should check out. Say hello to the people, my friend.
Hey guys, my name is Maikya, and I am a YouTuber who likes Pokemon.
That's great.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm sipping like a little boy. And next up also is my boy Deadman coming through as well with his designs. Say hello to the people, my friend.
Hey, what's good, YouTube? Deadman here.
All right. So let's get into the actual content, guys. So, as I just mentioned, we're going to be taking a look at like, you know, how we assume that the shiny forms for the brand new starter Pokemon being Grookey, Scorbunny, and Selbol, right? I finally know the names, dude. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
You're going to be taking a look at like what we assume the shinies could look like. We have kind of like a lot of designs here, more than I anticipated, to be frankly honest. Like, all right, lads. So we'll be starting off with the first one right here, which is the Scorbunny design or shiny design made by your boy Deadman. So Deadman, give us a rundown right now. Why did you make this one this specific color, and why do you think this is how the shiny is going to look like in particular? Because I know you gave me a really good reasoning while you were making it, because I was sitting with, in a call with him while he was doing this. So what is your reasoning for the shiny design being just like this? Give me a quick rundown.
Yes. So just a quick note before I'm gonna talk about the design. So recently, from what I've seen, Game Freak has been going with shiny designs in a direction which is more intentional than previous generations, such as the Litten and Incineroar, which is more of like Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat, which to me feels very intentional. So I think that as well for these, there are a lot more intention when creating these designs, which I had in mind. So to start off here with the Scorbunny, you can see if you pay attention. So I changed the white color a little more to a yellower tint.
Oh really? Wow. Yeah, I see that.
Because usually in shiny designs, you usually change since all the colors and white colors usually go for that direction. And also the red on the ears and the feet. Are more pinkish, like hot pink color. And why that is because I think this is towards because the pose is very similar to another Pokemon called Chimchar.
Oh yeah.
Which
yeah.
Now, and Chimchar shiny is these colors as well, and I think it fits perfectly on Scorbunny.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and
I mean, you're right for sure.
And yeah, the plasters or what you call them. Yeah, I went for a little more reddish to fit in with the design. No, yeah, that's my guess on the shiny take.
Yeah. So my quick opinion on this one, I love it. As a fan of like this kind of like kind of darker pink, I love that. You sometimes will notice it in some of the like artworks or like thumbnails and stuff that I do. I like to kind of express that color a lot. So I actually love this. Personally, I think this would be really cool, and this is what I'm hoping for it to to be. So personally, I love this one. Micah, what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I personally think it's great. Definitely the hot pink works well with the orange. I think it's quite a nice contrast. The two colors. And I like the fact that he, Deadman's just mentioned that they obviously change all the whites to more yellowy. And I think that's clearly something we need to pick up on, obviously, for when they actually bring the shiny starters out. Definitely need to keep an eye on that, so yeah.
Alrighty, so next one here is also made by Deadman, and you'll notice that this one is, I think I can kind of explain this one, Deadman, if you're fine with that.
Yeah.
But this design here, so you may notice that like, okay, this just looks like normal Sobble, but if you actually put two images here, which I'll try to do that real quick. So if you do put two images of a normal Sobble and this Sobble right here, you'll notice that they're actually really different. So I'll do that right now and just get you an image and do a little bit of a comparison. So here you go. Here's an image of normal Sobble, and here's an image of the shiny. You'll notice they are different. Now, you may be thinking like, okay, this one's darker, right? Sure, it's a darker, Sobble, slightly, just different tint. Why would that be cool? Well, the thing is, we didn't just add designs here that we think are cool, but also designs that, would make sense. And this is what they tend to do with a lot of the Pokemon shinies, all the time, is to just make them a little bit of a darker tint or a lighter tint.
Especially
I mean,
water types. Especially
oh yeah,
water
indeed,
types.
indeed. So that's how we kind of like, that's the logic I assume we went with on this one here. And when Deadman designed it, that's kind of what played into it, because it's a very simple thing for them to do. Just like, oh yeah, instead of like actually changing integral colors, you just make them slightly darker, which is far easier. Which is a very common commonplace thing when it comes down to how Game Freak does their stuff. So that's that one. I mean, overall, I'm not like the biggest fan of them doing that, but I think this is like something they probably will do because it's Game Freak. So I don't expect him to really make huge leaps there. But yeah, if Deadman, if you want to add anything in there, dude, let me know. Like, is there anything else?
No,
you
for
think
sure.
that's...
It's definitely what you said. The fin, what you call it, is a little like brighter. But yeah, very little difference. It's very Game Freaky design.
Yep.
It's the type of shiny you'd miss.
The next one though.
Oh yeah, this one's different.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think that the blue one is gonna happen, because if for people who doesn't know, Sobel is from it's pretty confirmed about now that it's a Panther Chameleon, and Panther Chameleons obviously change colors, which it also can become what we see in the trailer becomes one with the water. But what's interesting about this specific type of chameleon, that in certain areas it is blue, which is why it's originally blue. But it also, in other areas, it's most commonly red, green, and orange. And red and green are obviously already fire and grass, so those are the less likely to happen. So orange would be very interesting to see happen, because obviously orange is more common with fire starters and not water starters. So I think this design could definitely be very, very interesting to see happen. And it's also good, like they changed the colors of the fin and the body itself, which could fit very well. I really like this design, so I hope this.
I mean, it definitely sticks out though, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's really nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm on board for this one. I wouldn't mind an
Definitely.
orange shiny. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so I'm on board for it. Truly. And I guess one of the final subtle ones here that you made is this one right here, which is more pinkish. I think you did kind of like explain that like right now, how the chameleon aspect of it. So
yeah, it's more of what it's also like a lot of people say it's very related to Mudkip.
I saw that.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
the
so I see what
pinkish
you mean.
way, yeah, that might.
yeah, I see exactly what you mean, though. I get exactly what you mean. But yeah, so I think we've run through most of the ones that you... Actually, I think we have one more here, which is, I think the Grookey one you made, with the shiny Grookey. And yeah, I mean, this one, I love kind of like how it looks, but it's also like very, very like, it's a small change.
It's so subtle.
It's so subtle, but I kind of like it in a weird way.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and
so
explain,
I-
my friend.
So I think, so to be blunt, I think this is the one I put the least like thought into. But I do definitely think if you look at Rowlet, they made Rowlet so the white became green, so like the Pokemon became more green with starter, and here it becomes, instead of having the green like around the eyes, it becomes more brownish, like the rest of the colors that they use on Grookey. And I think it fit really well as well. Making the grass the green a little more like darker and more I don't know what the word is, but a smoother color to say. But,
No, you're right. I mean, I get what you mean. And also, yes, this I just want to quickly show a picture of what Rowlet shiny kind of looks like. I mean, if you look at the normal picture of a Rowlet, it's very, very close. It's just a subtle change. But yeah, I apologize about this image. It is very hunky. Anyway, let's go over to the designs here by Maikya. So Maikya, we start with your Grookey designs.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, bro, you know what? Let's just start from the beginning, man. You break them down because you have. I mean, I've got to be honest. I mean, I love these two right here. This white one and this kind of like pinkish one. Like, I just love these two. But yeah, go ahead and just break them down, my friend.
So I was like trying different things, and I sort of thought straight away, I was like, you know what we really need? We need like a red and green one, like a really nice red and green one. I don't know why, but the colour, like, I felt the orange was nice, but I felt like the red would pop out more, so I was like, I'll go for more of a red one. And then I kind of dropped the green to this like really, really muted colour, like just to make that contrast pop. But I kept the eyes the same. I was like, you know what, I'm keeping the eyes the same. And I kept the brown the same as well. So I just changed like some parts of the body, and I think it works really, really well. It's kind of the sort of thing, like Deadman said, Game Freak would probably do something like this, or the one in the bottom left, which I'll go into in a second. But they definitely either mute the colours or make them pop a bit more, change them slightly.
Yeah.
So that was that one. Then the bottom left one, it's more like... that's literally how Game Freak do grass types for whatever reason. They seem to make them more green, yellowy green, all over entirely. They did that with Bulbasaur, I believe. They made him very green and that sort of thing as well. So what do you guys think of these two designs so far?
I mean, honestly, this is bloody, like, I love this. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
I love the top one you did there. Like, I do like that one as well, like this one up here. Really cool. The bottom one here, this is kind of like what I'd imagine them to go for.
Yeah.
Like, something like this is what I'd imagine actually Game Freak to do.
Yeah.
But as for, like,
Yeah, for
all
sure.
of these combined, like, all of them, I think the red and the white one, as well as the purple one, I mean, these three are just like, I mean, this is what you'd want them to kind of go for.
Oh,
It's one
definitely.
of something crazier, you know what I mean? But it's kind of unlikely, though, because it is Game Freak we're talking about, and they, the changes don't tend to be very, they tend to be pretty minute. You know what I mean? It's not really a lot of, like, massive change to it. So, no, personally, I do like all of these are, like, really good. I'd take any of these, though, I mean, this one probably be my least favorite, because that's kind of, like you said, it's what they usually go for.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
I'd want them to do something slightly more, unorthodox.
Yeah,
But,
of course.
I mean, it's really, like, it depends on. So, I mean, I don't know. Deadman, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these designs for sure. I really like the bottom right one.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know why. I think
Yeah.
it just looks like
Yeah,
it looks right.
Again, it's kind of what I said with around the eyes, right? So
Yeah.
instead of like making all of it green, it's you change around a little more with the colors that it already has, and this one was a little more like reddish, and yeah, it definitely is really cool. And what I also like is the middle top one.
Yeah.
Because just a quick note, it looks the colors reminds me a little bit of Chespin, and
Oh, yeah.
it's a secondary evolution with like it has like little white on its spikes,
Yeah.
so it fits with the arms and around the eyes. So yeah, I think that's definitely a really cool design.
Yeah, with the middle top one, I was thinking of like what do we call it, candy? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it
yeah,
sounds
for
weird,
sure.
but candy and chocolate just felt like it made sense. I don't know why. I just thought of
Yeah,
that.
this one gives me like a feeling of like milk chocolate. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
get like when I see this.
Yeah, it's weird. But
But
yeah,
no, it definitely works though for sure.
oh yeah, I prefer. I think the top right one's definitely the one. If they went for anything, I'd want them to go for.
Yeah, I mean personally,
never
this one
really
for me
seen-
is like sick.
Yeah.
We've never really seen like a white star Pokemon shiny. As
Yeah,
well.
true.
Like Froakie is like the closest thing, but it's more like a very light blue, like cyan.
Yeah.
But yeah, like white star would be like very cool to see. Yeah.
Be easy to shiny hunt. Really
Oh,
easy
yeah.
to shiny hunt. And then the
Well-
lilac one, I'm not keen on. I'm not keen on that at all.
Wow. Well, I mean, we've gone through this one, so let's jump over to the Sobble ones. So
Yeah, sure,
here we
yeah.
have the Sobble ones, which I think we, I mean, on this one, I'd say my favorite is actually the silver looking one.
Oh, same,
personally.
dude, same.
Like that one to me, just kind of like I love the purple in it. Like it just works really
Yeah.
well together.
So nice.
Though I'm expecting something like a little bit more like like the one right down here. You know what I mean, something either like a really darker one like we saw earlier with Deadman's design, or something like really like way more like shiny looking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this one right here. It's really like in between that. So a quick rundown like about these ones, like any specific one do you want to kind of that's your favorite? Which one like how do you feel about that and why did you make it that way? Quick rundown, my friend. Go.
So the left two are more kind of like seaweedy kind of, do you know what I mean? Like the plant life underneath the water, that sort of thing. The top one on the right, like you said, I really like that. I don't know how I did that. I just kind of accidentally made it. I was like, hey, this looks really good. And I feel like that's the sort of thing most people would want. Just something quite different, something we haven't really seen before. Grey, purple. The middle top one reminds me of a chicken, so we're not going, with that one. I tried making him look like Pikachu. I don't know why. I was like, he could look good in Pikachu colours, and then it didn't work. So I was like, you know what, screw that.
Yeah, it kind of looks with the dots. Yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
think about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then the bottom middle one is the one they'll go for. Game Freak, I know them well. They'll go for the bottom middle if they go for any, for sure.
yeah.
You know, I gotta say though, my favorite is the bottom left one.
You
This
think?
Again,
Really?
Yeah.
It is
if
pretty
you
clean,
can
though.
with
It is
the-
nice and clean, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
If you mix him
minty.
with the Panther Chameleon thing again, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was red, green, and orange.
Yeah.
So this is a very good combination of the red and green.
I know what you mean. They could do that then. Who knows? But I don't think the purple one will work too well. The one on the bottom right. I think I prefer your purple one for sure.
Yeah.
No, but that's a quick round down.
All right, well, that's that one. And let's go to the final ones of this video, which is going to be Skull Bunny.
These are my favorite.
These are so cool. My favorites are definitely the black one and this top one right here. Like these two to me look bloody. I mean, these look just fan-freaking-tastic. Like genuinely amazing. And that's what I want it to be like, but I know they won't do that. But I really hope they do the blue one though. Because I think like look at if you had like two of them, right? A red one and a like orangish reddish, one and like a straight up blue one. Like having the two of them, is so freaking cool. Like I love that. That'd be so sick. So give me a quick rundown of what you thought when you made these ones, my friends.
Blue one, I thought straight away, like you said. I think the red and the red/orange/blue together would work really well. I thought that would be something they'd straight up go for straight away, like something quite obvious. Then the bottom left one is more like this candy pink. Again, very similar to what Deadman did with the hot pink. But I thought adding a bit of green to contrast, add a bit of power in there. It looks quite cool. Looks quite, full of energy.
Yeah,
the top middle one, I
like a lot. For sure.
It stands out a lot.
Yeah. And then the top middle one, I thought about candy floss. I was like, hey, cotton candy floss looks cool. And then the bottom middle one, I was like, you know what happens if we turn the white dark, like blue grey, like, and see how that looks? And I think that's my favourite out of all of them. So that's definitely a big contender, but I don't think they'd ever do that with a shiny. They've done things before.
They wouldn't. I mean, this is I love black shinies, but they never do this.
No, barely ever.
Here. This is the color combination of Aegislash.
Yeah.
And, it looks really good. So it has been done before. So definitely shouldn't be ruled out.
Oh, definitely not. But the top right one, I think, is my favourite that I think they could go for if they didn't go for the blue one. Quite the the kind of yellow turns to pink and the red turns to the orange turns to blue. Just sort of different colour scheme, but still very similar in its aspects. And then obviously the bottom right one's more like a planty kind of greeny, going towards Grookey's colours, but fire type going for grass type sort of thing. Because they do that sometimes. They change the colour of the shiny completely on type. It's really weird. But that's mostly my thoughts and my reasoning behind everything.
All right. Well, I think we've run through them pretty solidly, right? Yeah. Go ahead. What's up?
About the blue one. So this might be a little bit far-fetched, right? But I think that maybe if it is gonna be soccer related, so like the original design is more towards the Manchester United, and the blue one is what's the other one, like
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea. Yeah.
So I mean, it could be, right? So
yeah,
there's a possibility.
Possibly, yeah.
It's a possibility, exactly.
Who knows?
I mean, you're right though, because the city that where it gets introduced is the one I think that's based on Manchester actually. So it wouldn't be surprising. This also could be like if it was blue, it could be Manchester City because they're also blue, like light blue.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it, I mean, so yeah, like literally, that's what could happen.
The speculation.
Good point though. Speculations, boys. But straight up though, this is actually, I mean, these designs are freaking awesome, guys. You really did some awesome work. I love this one. This sounds so freaking sick. And also like the black one here, I don't know, man. I love them all though. But that's going to be the general end of the video though, ladies and gentlemen. And I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comment section down below, like what kind of style, what colors do you think the shinies will look like in your opinion, ladies and gentlemen? Like what do you think they're going to be like? Let us know in the comment section down below. And before you leave, guys, make sure to check out these two guys. First of all, Deadman is on Twitter, so do check out his Twitter. It's going to be linked down below. And also, go and help out Maikya here. Get him to wait, what sub count are you right now, man? What is your current
585 or something like that.
Boys, let's get this man to 1,000. Come on, seriously. I think we guys can do it, seriously. If you all go over there and sub to this man, you can get him to that freaking 1,000 subscribers. And why am I saying this? Because this dude has been a freaking legend. He's helped out so much. Give him some love. And also with Deadman, give his Twitter a follow. Get that man to 100
Go give that guy a follow. Go on.
Indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, do check him out. That would be really appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. My name is RuffledRowlit. Have yourselves a great day. And bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.
Later.